Hey lovelies, it's your one Harta and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be podcast style because the girl is a bit busy, but we still gotta get that content out. So here it is. Comment down below, let me know how you guys are doing during this time. I'm curious, so feel free to comment and I'll be hearting and responding to comments. Today's video will be talking about financial education. For those who don't know, which you should know, but if you don't know, I am a VMFETE ambassador, as you can see on the screen. It's financial education to empower. Yes, financial education to empower you to make smarter financial decisions. And I am one of 8 current ambassadors and the only one for University of Technology, Jamaica. So feel free to use the contact information on this flyer to reach out to me. Let's chat budgeting, investing, saving, credit, any financial related topic that you feel like for someone to sit you down and explain to you better. I am one of those ambassadors that you can speak to or help you understand these concepts. And for today's video, we'll be discussing budgeting, the value, the importance, how you go about doing it, all the tools that you could use to do all of this. That's what we're going to be discussing today. For any tools and information or PDF that I might refer to, you guys can go to my Instagram, the link in my bio as you see on the screen. You see the file I'll be using for reference today and other tools that can help you budget. Now, what is budgeting? Essentially, budgeting is a financial planning technique where persons document their expenses, their sources of income, and how they plan to move forward in terms of spending their income to distribute it in a manner that will allow them to reach all their targeted expenses without having debt and ensuring that they know where their money goes. With that being said, budgeting really does help to lay the foundation for you to achieve your goals and become more financially successful and more financially independent. As I would have said, it helps you to track your income and expenses. And through that information, then you can then derive if your income is sufficient for the type of lifestyle you would like to live. If your income is higher than your expenses, you're on the right track. You must always be able to have additional money for emergencies or entertainment, just enjoyment in general. But if you're spending more than you are earning, then you're living above your means. And that would mean that you have to increase your sources of income or cut back on where you spend your money. During this, you have to differentiate between your fixed expenses and your flexible expenses, whereas your fixed expense has a fixed financial value that you're expected to pay, and your flexible expenses such as phone credit, entertainment, food, utilities, transportation, those specific expenses can be reduced or increased based off your habits and how you make use of different opportunities that can allow you to reduce the amount of money that you spend from your income. Considering this, you don't need much to start budgeting. You could download a worksheet offline, just fill out little fields. You could just use paper, pencil, and pen, roll up something, and do it on paper. Or you could have an expense journal that has like the built-in budget sheet. You can fill out that. There's also a lot of apps available. But here at BM, we try to make it easier for you, and we do have our downloadable Excel sheet that comes with fields so you can budget out your expenses for the month, and with built-in Excel functions you can generate how much you spend for the year. Now this is an example, well, this is the sheet actually, and we have examples of different expenses and sources of income as you can see on the screen, and it shows you can fill it in for each month and it goes up to the year, and then we show you like an annual balance of how much you spend for the year, and you just go along as the year progresses. You know, never too late to start. You can have access to this through the link in my bio, as I said. Every financial planning sheet and tool will be available through that link in my bio. But as you can see, we have the different examples of sources of income. You can, of course, add more to it. Um, Yes, 'cause you can edit the sheet and add in more. And you see you have different categories of expenses. You can see how much you spend in this specific category, and through that you can track to say, okay, I think I'm spending too much on this. And as you go along, when you download the sheet, you will see different categories, different fields, and you can see how much, towards the end um of the sheet, horizontal and vertical, there is like a sum for the month and the year that shows you, hey, this is what you're doing. So you just try to make it easy by listing the possible examples. So in case for some reason, you don't really remember all the things you spend your money on, when you're looking through this, you see something, oh, that kind of applies to me, you put it in, and you can, as I said, you can edit to add more or remove some stuff just so it isn't as much cluster. If that would bother you, then you're free to also do that. And as I said, at the bottom we do have like the built-in functions there, so you can see how much it goes. So you don't need to, do it yourself. It's there. Try to make the work easy for our members because we are customer focused and we want to help you have an easier financial journey as you improve your financial independence. If you're going to be budgeting on paper, the main aspects that you should be incorporating into that paper based budget is a column or a row that demonstrates the expected income and your projected expenses. And you find the difference between those two sum values and see if you have enough money to cover these upcoming expenses. And then you can determine, okay, I need to put more money in. And then when you start spending, you document how much you did spend, and that will help you to track and identify where exactly your money goes. And if you end up spending less than how you expect, that's awesome. You saved. And if you end up spending more, then you just know that you need to find additional source of income to cover what you weren't able to cover within that time. As I said, check the link in my Instagram bio for this sheet. I will also link a recent blog post that I made within the description of this video talking about the importance of budgeting if you guys would like more detailed information. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and have a pleasant rest of the day. Bye.